and checked out for her first time?
Yeah, on Sunday, I went to the Gadsden Pacific Division Toy Train Operating Museum.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Was it a good time?
It was okay.
Oh, did
I
you
like trains.
did you happen to go to Google Reviews and leave a review of your experience?
Of course I did.
Oh, nice. Oh, ladies and
Come
gentlemen, here's Rico's 5-star reviews. The Gadsden Pacific Division Toy Train Operating Museum. I didn't know that we had one of those here.
Well, surprise, surprise.
Oh, well, tell me all about it.
Because I recently had a friend tell me about a model train museum here in Tucson, and immediately I told them, get out of town, because there's two things I love in this life. Obscure documentaries about war crimes and heavy machineries that go choo-choo. And I'll be honest, I've been going through a bit of a rough patch with my work and love life recently, and my therapist said good mental exercise to believe myself to be larger than life mentally and physically. You know, if I started to believe I was all powerful and intimidating, then these beliefs would manifest themselves into other areas of my life where I'll be able to have confidence and get what I want and need.
Yeah.
Henceforth, once I heard about this place, I thought it would be advantageous to utilize this newfound technique, because standing in front of a mirror and moving slowly as if I was a giant lizard just wasn't cutting it anymore.
Yeah, I was thinking Godzilla as well.
Exactly. I needed to actually feel the power. Since I didn't have any radioactive sludge laying around, I figured this place was the next best thing. So on Sunday, I headed down with my 10 smackaroos and explored the place a bit, feigned some fascination with the real train caboose alongside other groups of fathers and sons. But my patience grew thin, as all I needed was 5 minutes of alone time with one of the exhibits inside. It was busier than I would have liked, because if I was going to pretend I was a god, I didn't need some dad trying to compete with me for dominance of the townsfolk. I was overhearing description of the different specs and dimension for scale models, G scale, S scale, HO scale, etc. But I was more focused on the aesthetics of the town, which tiny people are more susceptible to my power and more likely to bow to my divine whims. The end scale seemed perfect. Several families oohed and awed, and finally, after 36 minutes of patiently waiting, there was a gap where I was alone. So I wasted no time as I unbuttoned my shirt and started to rise from below the table as if emerging from an ocean. I placed my hands on my hips and let out a medium loud bellow because I didn't want to draw attention too much.
What did it sound like?
Already, my dopamine was skyrocketing. I slowly demanded the town to obey me as I moved one arm at a glacial pace over all of them. I repeated the Hindu scripture that Oppenheimer uttered after witnessing the first detonation of the nuclear weapon. Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Oh, no.
As soon as I found my newfound high was peaking, an older gentleman in a conductor's hat gave me one of those coughs and then stared at me aggressively, and it totally broke my immersion.
Oh.
Me, not being a fan of social anxiety, I just booked it out the door and almost tripped on the Union Pacific outdoor large mini train. The one that isn't real scale, but big enough for people to ride on.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm probably going to have to get a VR headset or something to simulate me stomping on tiny towns, because I've never felt so powerful.
Yeah, it sounds amazing.
Thank you for the experience. Lots of great choo-choos. 5 stars.
5-star review. That's an actual review that you could go see Rico left on the Google reviews there. And honestly, now I have a greater appreciation for the Gadsden Pacific Division Toy Train Operating Museum, because I feel like you did it right.
Yeah, you have to, dude.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't have any kids and you're just there by yourself. It's great.
I'm just here to be Godzilla.
Yeah,
you know.
$10 to be a god, sure.
Yeah, that's pretty affordable to be a god.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic review. Make sure you give an upvote to the review if you see it on the Google reviews. Let's hit the reset. We'll be back with your opportunity to win those wristbands to the Pima County Fair next on Beef Vegan Presents. It's Rock 1 2.1.
Broadcast.
What's going on, everybody? Good to see you in the comments. And yes, and I'm glad that you rushed to be in here, Todd. Our broadcast today, we're going to have Shane from Tucson Foodie, who's running late, and Chef Ken, who is next door with ESPN right now. He was running late as well. It's a common theme.
Busy man.
Yeah, today's theme is brought to you by the streets of Tucson, right? Because them roads suck so bad, everybody's running late. Let me put this on here. Tuesday.
Jeff says the sound. Is something going on with the sound?
Oh yeah, because you didn't mute your mic when I asked you to. There we go. We're there. We've been doing this 2 years, Rico.
Bro, I didn't touch anything.
I know when you go webcam and say mute your mic, right? And I muted it for you, so don't unmute it. But this is not new. This is not new.
I've never done anything like that.
Look-
I've never muted it. Never. Not
what are
once.
you talking about? You never muted
I
it.
literally, every time I plug in this camera, I do nothing.
Well, yeah, because I'm the one muting it manually, but I told.
Well, there you go.
I have told you to mute it before, and you've definitely muted it before.
Never.
Oh my god! Do you even know where you are right now?
Yeah. I'm being honest.
This is
I
not
never
the train station. All right. Well, ask the streamers. You guys ever recall me saying, "Hey, Rico, mute your mic," or I mean, we've had this before.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't matter. Okay. Okay. So take a mental note today that sometimes when I have you pop in on the stream, when you're using your webcam and going through your browser, to mute the mic, because if your mic is unmuted, then it causes an echo effect, as everyone on the stream knows for about 2 years.
Noted.
What are we doing?
Literally have never done that, but okay. All right.
Yes, you should. You should do it every time. I have to, like, whenever.
We'll get your belt out off the air.
Look,
off the air.
10 knows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. It's the 5th time that this has happened. And that's according to 10's math, and I know that. Lethal Injection is going to be doing a show this Saturday as well. It is not slipped past my radar. Just all eyes are on 420 for me, and then I'm going to be in Mexico, or I'd be out there. I hope your guys' show at the Rock went well. I'm sure it did. But I got to get you guys back in here again. And then Todd, you know what, Todd, let me pop you in, because I do want you to make an appearance on the stream, or even pop in to studio, even though it's going to be a shit show on Thursday for 420 to get together games and everything else. So I'm still coordinating, getting everything going while attempting to do my taxes and just juggling, right? But obviously we go a little extra and have a little more fun on 420. And when Chef Ken, there's Shane got a new cut, looking fresh. You solo today, Shane? All right, that works though, because we're gonna have Chef Ken from Dante's Fire join us as well, who's gonna be out there at the high of the desert with his sexy grilled cheese food truck, right? Yeah. And with that too, that's gonna be Ken's spot. And Shane, you set up there, and then we'll set you up with a camera and all that good shit. So I actually want Ken. I know he's gonna have a long day though, because he's got to be set up at high in the desert. What time are you having those food trucks go out there and start setting up? Do you know? Start setting up at 1. Okay. And how you doing this morning? You hungover? You got your Elvis glasses on? You feel like shit? Oh, well, I appreciate you coming in all, haggard and whatnot. Still looking good.
Champion.
Yeah, like a champion. Let me pop in Marley in the stream. What's going on, Todd?
Hello, sir. Hello from an undisclosed location.
Yes, in Marana. I just doxed them. All right, so Todd,
Fallujah.
what do you want to do on Thursday? Do you want to come in and fuck with us, or do you want to pop in remotely? I'm doing a stream for 2 hours, of course. There's going to be a lot of moving pieces, but I want to play games and a game master.
I think you should get the production truck and just come to my backyard, is what I think.
That would be fantastic if we had a production truck. I would love to do that. To be honest,
his finest glass bongs.
Yes,
look at them all.
I want to set up. I want to set up both. I would set up in your backyard, and I want to set up at a bar on Cinco de Mayo. Well, we are for Tappy Hour, but I want to do a tequila sunrise in the fall. There's a lot of things I want to do, but we'll see.
I'd like a lot of things. Yeah. I would also like a unicorn and a dragon.
Yes, exactly. But I do want you to be a part of the show on Thursday, one way or another. So we got to figure that out, and I have to hit you up after. I
would if I didn't get into see Greaves, I would probably strangle you in your sleep at some point. I'd make a deal with your girlfriend. It would happen.
No, you're in. You're in.
Okay, good. Good. And I'm glad. I'm really glad, because I didn't want to go through with that, but I would have.
Shane, is it okay if Todd joins us at High in the Desert?
No.
Oh shit, that was a hard no too.
Wow, Shane, I thought we were friends. I was gonna bring you beef jerky.
No, you're good, man. Come on over. You need a free pass?
That's what he's asking for. Can he join us in our small little VIP crew? Chrissy messaged me and she's like, "Hey, I got you on the VIP list, right?" And I was like, "That's awesome. can I have more?
Anybody else?
I got like a crew, you
What
know.
else you got?
Yeah, like you were on the show. I'll do it by myself. I have a lot of very underpaid friends that contribute, and any little asset would be nice. And I've been sharing like crazy, Shane. I don't know if you see my stories on both Rock 1 2.1 and Be Vegan, but whenever Tucson Doobie or High in the Desert or Lewis or Chrissy post anything, it's an automatic share. I'm like, babosh.
That must be why we're getting all these ticket sales.
Yeah, you
Thanks,
doing good?
buddy.
Are you doing good on
Yeah.
these sales?
Yeah, we're doing good.
Nice,
Hell
good.
yeah.
Gotta
Well,
be full.
It's the first it's the first inaugural High in the Desert Fest, which is a big deal. Open consumption, tons of food, obviously. So food and weed go hand in hand. It's a beautiful marriage. And then you add music to it. Now you got yourself what you call a what do you call heaven? Like a fancy
Perfect day.
yeah. Like a paradise. There's a word that I'm trying to
The trifecta.
no,
That's
like
not the word. I think that was the word.
I was saying, what's the
Sounds like a
opposite?
good word.
What's the opposite of dystopian?
Utopia.
Utopia.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. You got a stoner utopia. Thank you. All right. And yes, I am waiting last second for taxes. Did you guys do your taxes?
I did an extension.
Oh, you could
I
do
had
that?
a person do my
Yeah, it's free.
taxes for me.
Fucking fancy ass.
I did my own, and it was a nightmare.
That's why I had a person do it for me.
I know.
Because it's a nightmare.
I
And,
might
it,
as
and
well-
it's worth
I might as well.
almost $100.
See, you're paying $100 to have somebody do it in TurboTax. Like, hey, thanks for doing all the hard work. Now here you can get to pay $150 for
Yeah.
the service
Mm-hmm.
and the filing. You're like, oh,
Who was your person? And are they booked up?
Yes,
I'll
they are.
message you
They
later.
are booked up, and I honestly don't know. That was the wife just saying, "Give me your tax stuff," and it was gone. And I
Probably
was
was.
somebody on Fiverr in Bangladesh doing your taxes.
Any responsible
Yeah.
wife.
It's somebody in
Hold on.
Tucson. We went to his office.
Oh,
Rock
okay.
1 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Be Vegan Presents. In studio, we got Shane from TucsonFoodie.com. Good morning,
Yo,
Shane.
Good morning.
Remotely, we got Todd Marley hanging out in Marana, and we're also going to have Chef Ken from Dante's Fire in studio with us. He's the reigning Iron Chef champion, and of course, he's got Sexy Grilled Cheese Company. Sexy Grilled Cheese Company, they celebrate 420 each and every year. It's the Super Bowl of grilled cheese anniversaries is 420. I didn't know this, but he has like a specialty menu just for 420.
What?
We're going to talk about that on the podcast broadcast and so much more. But let me get right into my single song takeover real quick. This is a band that's going to be performing at the Rialto Theater tonight. Tickets still available at the Rialto. Silverstein is the name of the band. They have a couple great songs off this last record, and one that they didn't release as a single yet that I put on my playlist. But I do like this song, Poison Pill, as well, and I hope you do. So if you're going to the Silverstein concert tonight, this song is to amp you up. We have your TMI Top 5 and a whole bunch of food news coming up after this. Keep it right here. It's Rock 1 2.1 KFMA, or join us on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/bevegan. Clear.
Pew.
Let's see. There we go.
What you smoking there, Todd?
Yeah, what are you smoking there, Todd?
This is a Baby Jeter Tropicana.
Baby
Oh,
cheater.
nice.
Nice. We
Excellent.
got Jeter coming out.
Yeah,
Ooh.
is Jeter a local company?
I don't know.
I don't know,
think
dude.
so. I think they're California.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like California, but yeah, they're coming out. I mean, Jeter, of course, they're doing so good. They're becoming the brand. Yeah, there you are. I gotta look at that fancy new hair. Hold on a second. Let me get your logo up to match it.
Yeah, when you
And
said
here we go.
haircut, I got scared for a second. I'm like, did he shave his
Yeah, too
his
much.
logo? Oh no.
Well, what's the highest you'll go with that hair?
Oh, I brought it up to 11 inches.
Oh, really?
No.
Yeah, dude, straight up. I had a pick in it.
Ah.
I donated it to charity and did a
Nice.
fundraiser, live haircut fundraiser.
Yeah. And how did you? What was the official way that you measured it? Like with a ruler?
Yeah, dude.
Take
Okay.
measure.
You just put a ruler to your head and then 11 inches high. So you were so close to just being a full ruler, but then you gave up, huh? Like, what's one more inch at that point?
Well, it was my birthday, and I wanted to do a live haircut fundraiser for charity.
Okay,
I raised $3,000.
that's fantastic.
It was
Wow.
great. Yeah.
Man, people hated your hair that much. They're willing to pay $3,000.
You know, it was just my mom.
Shave it.
It was just-
Yeah, it's your mom.
I-
I've been telling him for years.
for real. She was on there. She was on the
Did it have any-
Instagram Live.
Did it have any structural integrity? Could you
Oh,
actually
yeah,
like
dude.
sit something on top of the 11 inches?
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
look at
My hair
this.
is crazy. It's like a Brillo pad. You can stick pens in it.
Yeah.
It's just like shit. Just well,
It looks thick. It looks like it's dense.
It
And if
just
you got it,
stays, you can just like it's like Marge Simpson.
That's amazing.
You can just leave stuff in there.
It almost like you're going for the mohawk today, huh?
It's a weapon.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. I didn't.
have you considered a gender bent Marge Simpson as a Halloween costume at any point? I think you
Nice.
could kill it.
Oh my god, I love it.
Homie.
Yeah.
Just shave the sides, go straight up, paint it blue.
Yeah, honestly, for 2023, that's an excellent idea for a Halloween costume. A gender bent Marge Simpson. That would win all the awards at Hotel Congress
my
for
God.
sure. And of course, and then Joe's like, how's your Kramer impersonation? So yeah. All right, we're gonna get into a lot of stuff. Tucson Foodie. Todd, I'm gonna pop you backstage, but I'll get you back in here. And again, think 420 themes, games, angles, segments, anything. Let's work together on that to make it the most entertaining 420 spectacular Tucson has ever seen.
Awesome.
Sound good?
Hell yeah, bro. Did
Hell yeah, mother.
did Chris hook you up with everything you needed? All the passes?
No, not yet. I just got the basically like you're good to go kind of thing. So hopefully we're good to go.
I was gonna ask too about because I know we have local Tucson brewers. We're always like promoting. Do they have any particular Tucson weed people?
Yeah, there's tons of dispensaries
Like
and
local
whatnot.
only.
Yeah, there's
Over
tons
there?
of
Cool.
dispensaries. Yeah, that's gonna be
Cool.
joined high in the desert.
Curious.
Let's do our TMI top 5 on the thing. We can only talk high in the desert on the stream technically.
Yeah.
So hold on. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're hanging out here with Shane from TucsonFoodie.com.
Here I am.
There you are, yes. And we have a lot of stuff to talk about foodie news. And of course, with 420 coming up, a lot of people are going to be eating grilled cheese. So we're going to talk about all these grilled cheeses with Chef Ken. And honestly, what's your go-to food that you would eat on 420, Shane? Because you're a foodie, so you got to be an expert on this.
Well, this is a little embarrassing. I try to eat plant-based.
Oh, you try to eat plant-based? Like
Yeah.
how often do you eat plant-based?
90%, so I technically I'm flexitarian because I break the rules. But 420 is a day for breaking the rules. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's your cheat day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So what would you go for on an annual and regular 420? How are you breaking those rules?
Well, I'm gonna go get a couple of chicken sandwiches, probably 3 or 4 chicken sandwiches at different places.
Oh,
I don't know. I'd have to map it out. What are the best chicken sandwiches in town?
yeah.
Crispy, spicy chicken sandwiches.
So that's the day when you're like, okay, when I eat meat, I'm going for the chicken sandwiches, and then you go Nashville hot.
Oh, dude, of course.
Yeah, you
If
gotta
I
go.
can, 100%.
You
All
know,
the spicy, the pickles, everything.
I know this is not Tucson foodie news because it's up in Gilbert, but Shaq's Big Chicken just opened up in Gilbert. Did you see this?
No.
Have you
Tell me
heard
more.
of Shaq's Big Chicken?
Yes.
Okay, and have you ever been there and eaten there?
No.
Because it looks pretty big. When a man as gigantic as Shaquille O'Neal says that's a big chicken sandwich, and if the sandwich looks big in his hand, it's
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I'm just mad he didn't think about naming it Shack Shack.
Oh yeah, Shack would have been good.
That'd have been great.
They would have got a lawsuit from Shake Shack.
They would have got Shake Shack on his
Shake
ass.
Shack.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh well.
All right, I got your TMI top 5 real quick. Speaking of food news, Krispy Kreme is trying to make tax day better with a sweet tax break deal. Yeah, today, if you buy a dozen glazed donuts at regular price, you can get a second box for just the price of the sales tax. So it's a way for you to pay tax twice today.
Yay.
Because everyone loves paying tax. So you want to pay
That's
tax
my
again?
favorite.
Thank you, Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, how about I just get that first dozen for the sales tax price? You need 24 donuts to get a $3 discount? All right, whatever.
Don't do it.
A woman in Spain just spent 500 days alone in a cave with no human contact.
Lucky.
Yeah. And it was an experiment to study our internal clock and how we react to extreme isolation. And she went in there November 20th, 2021, and just came out on Friday. And she said she loved it. And then they asked her husband, and her husband said, not as much as I loved it. All right. Well, that was a terrible joke. I know.
Yikes.
I know.
I was waiting for the opposite.
Hold on. Let's go to Todd
Never
Marley
heard of
on
her.
that. How bad was that joke? I need an instant review, Todd.
It was such a bad joke that I actually have no other joke. I wasn't actually listening.
It
was so bad.
Okay, so that was
I
good.
ignored it.
All right, that's fine. There's other jokes. Don't worry. This is pretty cool. A company has developed glasses that will subtitle real life conversations for people who have trouble hearing. So anyone out there that's deaf or going deaf, present company included, right? you might be able to get these glasses that will give you those subtitles, just like on Instagram videos. You know how they instantly give subtitles? You're like, how do they do that? They got that technology. Well, they're going to be able to do that in the glasses. So it's going to be fantastic, to be able to understand what people are saying, except I know those won't work for me or any kind of mumble talkers, right? So,
Wow.
yeah.
I'll be like, hold on, it's in Spanish. Hold on.
Yeah. Well,
Switch it back.
that's another thing that I'm sure you're going to be able to do, to be able to translate it with glasses. Now, the thing is, it's going to be cool. We'll be able to have them, but not if there's any kind of photograph technology, because then perverts will ruin it, just like they did with the Google glasses.
Give it a week.
And immediately start taking like cleavage pics, and then they'll be pulled from the shelves. So, but the subtitle, real life conversation thing, is coming to a shelf near you. And finally, in a new survey, 31% of people said they'd never been in a physical fight in their life. Let me ask that question here. Have you guys ever been in a physical fight in your life? Now, Rico, you have a brother. I imagine you guys have scrapped before, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Shane, what about you?
Oh yeah, I've been in physical fights.
There you go. What's your record?
How many fights have I been in?
Win-loss?
Yeah. What's your win-loss record? Yeah.
Oh, I can only think of one that I won.
Okay. All
I usually
right.
got my butt beat.
That was a good one, though, huh?
Dude, felt so good.
Yeah.
Dude, I faked. I fake punched and then went down and punched him right in the stomach, and he fell down. And I was like,
Nice. You're celebrating before the fight's over, but yeah.
yeah, it was great.
Imagine being that guy looking up and somebody's cheering so happily.
He was like a foot taller than me. I was so proud of myself.
Yeah,
Hell
so Nick on the stream said he's 0-3 on his fights. So, Jeff had too many to count. And, I definitely have more losses on my record than wins. But, a lot of those losses were multiple people at once, Yeah, I know.
Getting ganged up all the time. Hey, is that beef? Let's get him.
What'd you say about Florida?
Let's see. I'm sure there's one of us on the stream that's never been in a fight. And I'm looking at you, Todd Marley. Have you ever been into a fight?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought you were a pacifist.
Yeah.
No,
You're not a pacifist?
I don't know why.
Video games don't count.
You're the guy.
Also
the
outside of video
Save the
games.
whales.
Yeah.
No, that's
So what's your win-loss record?
I mean, 1 in a draw.
Okay.
A draw.
All right. 1 in a
Well,
draw.
like a lot of fights, like most first fights, it's not like punch. It's like one awkward punch, and then it's just an awkward hug for people to get into positions until you give up.
Yes, the awkward hug is definitely the best defense, dude. That's jiu-jitsu. I'll tell you a fight story. When I was a kid, I got jumped by one of my friends, Isaiah, from behind, right? I was like 10, 11 years old. Yeah,
He
right?
scissored you?
Yeah, he basically, he blind cheap shotted me from behind. It was my other best friend, who I'm still friends with to this day, John, who encouraged him. So we were just little a-holes. And I guess John was bored and wanted to see us fight. So Isaiah, this little prick, attacks me from behind. Well, then I flip him around. I get him in a headlock. We get down on the ground. We're in on the concrete in the carport, right? In this townhouse complex I was living in. And I'm punching him. I'm crying at the same time because, I'm a kid. I'm surprised. I'm hurt. And, all the adrenaline's flowing. Well, my dad hears a commotion and he opens the door and he's standing there in his boxers, right? As white trash as can be. And I kind of picture this with like beer in his hand, but it's like Sunday morning at like 10 a.m. And he just goes, "Kick his ass, Brad." And that's it. And so then I had to go like extreme crazy mode where then I'm just crying and going,
I'll make you proud, Dad.
Yeah, punching the crap out of this kid's face. I didn't want to fight. I was hoping when I saw him that he'd say, "Break it up." But he's like, "Keep going." I'm like, son of a bitch. So I had to kick this kid's ass.
Wow, did you kick your dad's ass after that?
Kick my ass.
That happened in high school, and that's another story for another time. Let's keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. YouTube.com/beefvegan. So yeah.
Pick it up, my dad.
In fact, actually, my dad was drunk one time, and this is when my mom moved out of the house, so it was a very combustible situation. I was very into professional wrestling at the time, and this is the only time that I ever pulled off a successful drop toe hold, is what it's called. So basically, my dad's talking shit, and he's drunk, and I'm like, "Come at it, old man. If you think you got what it takes, let's go." So he went to go rush me to like tackle me. And I did a drop toe hold. And what that is I kind of drop to the side and you put one leg out to trip them and the other leg to kind of encourage them to fall forward, right? and I just executed it. It was just out of instinct, and I just lucked out. And I did it so well that he fucking went face first into the corner of the recliner, and he was out. I'm like, yeah. I was like, oh, I won that fight. My buddy Dan, man, jumping up and down is great. So Fernando said, I'm gonna say kick his ass, Brad, every time I see you now. Nice. Well, you can do that. All right.
Those does it remind you of those videos you see on YouTube where those guys that go into like the hood or whatever and they're trying to start a fight with people, and then when they start engaging, they just take off their pants. I'm just like, come on.
Yeah, well, no, and that's an excellent fighting strategy as well, too.
Just get naked.
As if any of those YouTube videos have proved, nobody wants to fight a person who's naked or in a G-string.
Nope.
So yeah, you take that off and
just FYI, good defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's been a couple times that I've avoided ass whooping just by trying to have a good poker face. Oh, look at this sandwich. I'm
crazy eyes.
Excuse me. Oh, I hope I'm not getting sick. Because I'm going to Mexico right after this. Look at this. This is Thunder Bacon Burger Company, is it not?
I still want to go there. The new
that's
spot.
where I'm going for 420.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Shout out Lindy. Yeah, his 420 burger always is fantastic. Look at that cream cheese. But yeah, now that he's linked up with the donut shop downtown, and then using donut buns, and those donuts are fantastic as well. Yeah, it's good. And I'm actually upset I haven't seen them in a while. But yeah, let's look at the list of 420 deals. We'll talk about this on the air. A list of dope events. I see what you did there, Shane.
That's all Matt Sterner.
I know, but it's still on your website, so it still counts. Okay. Munchies and deals. But shout out to Matt as well. Obviously, we start things off with High in the Desert. I hope you guys enjoy there. Now, again, there's no alcohol. It's an open cannabis festival, which is food, music, and I believe we're going to have Mouse Pal and Greaves in studio on Thursday. So, actually, now I get Todd on there. Todd,
I'll be in studio.
Yeah. If I get Greaves confirmed, and now don't creep him out, okay? Don't fanboy that hard.
I'll have a lot of good questions prepared, though.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but let's do a dry run just so I make sure that you're not going to be too creepy with Greaves because we want our guests to feel comfortable. So Shane, you're going to be Greaves, okay? And I will have Todd be Todd asking you questions, okay?
I mean, I don't have any questions. I haven't. I just
see you're already stuttering and stammering. It's already
you're
looking
putting
too
me on
nervous.
the spot here for these
just
things,
pretend you lost your
question
question list.
Prepared.
Pretend you lost them. Oh, you're in studio right now.
You gonna write down questions for Greaves?
I'll have shit. I'll look into things. I'll hot ones this, man.
All right, I will let you know as soon as I get confirmation for sure. Okay.
Being a dick. Rude.
I'm not being a dick. I'm saying I will let you know once I get confirmation for sure. Mouse texted me yesterday, and we're trying to figure out the timing on it on when he can come in. So I'll put you backstage again, but I will let you know ASAP. I promise you. And Shane, this reminds me, I tried to get Nate from IoTerra on the show today or tomorrow or whatever, and now their management is like ghosting me.
Okay.
So we got to get on them.
All right.
Send a text. Yeah, send a text to Lewis, and he saw the reply alls, and
he left you on red.
I don't. Well, no, it's not text messages; it's just emails. So, yeah, but you excited about that? If Greaves comes in, you guys are gonna be new best friends, huh?
Yeah. Of course, I'm excited about it.
Todd has been a fan of Greaves since I've known him. Since day one.
The real one.
Absolutely. So it's a trip. And it's going to be great. We're going to have a good time, Todd. All right. Put it backstage again.
A little pat on the head. Okay, goodbye.
All right. Let's go back to Tucson Foodie's website. So High in the Desert, obviously, big deal, right? And when Chef Ken gets in here, we'll talk about the grilled cheeses he's going to be providing for the Sexy Grilled Cheese Company. 420 Chiba Hut, the party is still in effect. They're going big. Shout out Christopher. I do wish that they incorporated us this year, but it's our 25th anniversary. It's a big deal. They also have raffles, goodie bags for the first 50 customers, and other deals at the bar, but $4.20 for a nug sandwich, which is good, and you get a frisbee. You been there, Chiba Hut, in previous 420s?
I've had them cater 420 parties at my house.
Oh, nice. Yeah, what here in Tucson or
no? Here in Tucson.
Nice.
They do good catering.
Yeah, they do fantastic catering.
Yeah, they bring you like a duffel bag full of those Rice Krispie treats made of Fruity Pebbles.
Yes.
Oh.
They are. So
Game
good.
over.
I know.
Oh, that's all I get, actually. That's it.
Yeah,
Here's lunch, everybody. I'm
Here you go.
hungry. Sorry.
Make do.
Yeah, they're fantastic. And we got the 420 kickback at Harambe Cafe and Social Cafe. What is this?
Have you been to Harambe?
You know, I don't think I have been to Harambe.
This is the namesake of the gorilla, though, right? This is intentional.
Mhm.
Rest in peace, Harambe. Dicks out for Harambe.
Yeah, I have my dick out right now, actually, just reading it. But so yeah, tell me about Harambe Cafe. You've been there, I take it.
No, I haven't. I was going to ask you how great it was. Everybody's talking about it.
Oh yeah, is this new?
Great question.
Okay, all right.
Don't ask Shane.
Yeah, okay. 420
would
Dillinger
he
Brewing
know?
and the Blacktop Grill. I'm glad that Dillinger is doing something. In fact, actually, Eric,
that.
I was talking with Eric from Dillinger Brewing, and we're going to have a beef vegan brew. Yeah.
What?
And
Nice.
yeah, which is a big
That's
deal.
legit.
But with that, I was like, well, they've been experimenting with seltzers and White Claw. And I was like, what better way to have a beef vegan brew be a seltzer, actually? Because it's kind of like a beer, but it's not. It's kind of a contradiction in itself. And
Like you.
yeah, exactly. So I think it would only be appropriate that my beverage be some kind of seltzer. And if I'm doing a seltzer, then I got to pick some flavors, right? What flavors do you think would taste like me?
Bacon and
Strawberries and whipped cream.
No, you guys.
That's not a bad mix.
Yeah, yeah.
Cherry strawberries and whipped cream.
That is fantastic, actually. Uh-huh.
Come on.
That is good.
That
So
Come on.
yeah. Todd, would you concur? Or what flavors would the beef vegan White Claw taste like?
A beef vegan White Claw would probably, man, like dirt, I guess, because
Going backstage. All right. That was a good pop in, Todd. Let's get back on the air here in a minute.
Garbage.
Dirt. Yep,
Hot
done.
garbage.
Done. How are you going to sell dirt beverage?
Boiled
That's,
mayonnaise.
yeah.
I would try that. Be like an earthy mushroom tea, beef vegan seltzer.
Something very hippie-ish.
Oh, yeah.
A kombucha?
I tell you what, I still disappoint women to this day. I'll just end the sentence there.
Great. Anyway.
And we're off.
Just the fact that I'm not vegan. So I was at the Roadrunners game on Saturday.
I was there too.
Were you?
Yeah, dude.
You didn't even say hi. Oh, you
I
did text
texted you
after the
later.
fact. Yeah. Yeah, but you should have said hi while I was there. How'd I do? I was pretty good.
Dude, you're great, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, you're natural at that.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that. Continuing though. So I was walking down through the hallway. I was running to one spot, and then there was this girl who just walked beside me, and she's like, "Hey," she's like, "Beef." And she's like, "Are you actually a vegan?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just a contradiction." She's like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Why are you?" And she's like, "I'm vegetarian." And the way she said, "Oh," was
I was
like she
gonna
was
say.
disappointed. Like, yeah, like I
Aw.
would have banged you. Wrong answer.
Too bad.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, I'm in a relationship and everything, but you know, I do get upset when I upset women that I'm not vegan. But then at the
She's like,
same
I was about to
time,
invite you to judge at a bikini contest, all vegans. You're like, oh, okay.
yeah. Well, I mean, my argument though, usually every single time is like, do I look healthy enough to have that kind of lifestyle? Like Shane
You think
is,
I do kale shakes every morning?
yeah, 90% vegan. And Shane looks like when he says,
Better.
"Hey, I normally don't eat meat and dairy," you look at him and you're like, "Yeah, I can see that. You seem pretty healthy. You got this natural
It's
glow."
clear skin.
Right.
you.
Me, on the other hand, I'm pretty sure I got breasts at this point. And any dude that has breasts is probably eating a lot of dairy. I'm no doctor. I'm
It's
just
science.
Yeah. All right. We are on the air, Rock on 2.1 KFMA, and we're looking at Tucson Foodie's 420 list. As you know, 420 here is Thursday. And if you're going to have the munchies, and I know you will, you're going to need to know where to go. And there are tons of places that are celebrating 420 this year, which is amazing, right? Obviously, there's the usual suspects in Chiba Hut with their annual 420 party, but we found out on TucsonFoodie.com that there's a kickback at Harambe Cafe and Social Cafe. And it's happening all day long, and they encourage you to go out with the crew and celebrate the holiday. Medicated and local vendors will be set up throughout the day, and it's free to get in, but there is a 1-drink minimum. So that's good to know. It's almost like a comedy show if they're doing a minimum, huh?
Mhm.
Did you look through this list yet, Shane?
Which list? We're talking about?
Your 420 list on Tucson Foodie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So which ones are your favorite standouts? I'm right now. I got on the podcast broadcast stream a picture of the loaded nachos that Dillinger Brewing and the Black Top Grill have, and this is still terrific. I think that's fantastic. If you
walking taco, I've had many. Yeah, I lived in Nebraska.
Yes, exactly. And see, I mean, I might have had them like twice, but something about the novelty of eating like loaded Doritos out of the bag is both gluttonous and celebratory. Like I can't help but feel good about it. And you eat food out of bags all the time then, huh?
Like a horse.
You know me.
And you call this the walking taco?
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Nice.
I thought it was just a Midwestern thing, so I was surprised to
What's
see it here.
the Texas thing? The Fritos and the
Frito pie.
Frito pie.
Yeah.
All delicious.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we need more pop-ups that just serve food out of bags like this, to be honest with you. Desert Flowers 420 event at the Rock. Is that food? What's your favorite on this whole list besides the usual suspect that you're going to definitely try to hit up on 420, Shane?
Well, I guess I got to give a shout out to what's her name running the Sonoran Cannabis Expo. She does this once a month.
Okay.
And it's great.
It's Earth's Healing that presents this and Tucson Weekly.
It's brought to you by them, yeah. But that woman who runs it, whose name I'm forgetting at the moment, she's awesome.
Okay.
She's a leader in the local cannabis space. She's like super positive and friendly. She does this every month.
Oh, nice.
And you just go on a Whistle Stop. I think you pay like $15 and you just get all this free product. You get like $100 worth of free product. That's just fun.
Then that's a great way, especially for people who are just getting into it. And I know there's still new people every day that are embracing the culture and the medical aspect of it, but don't know. There's so much to find out now because it's such a science. It really is. So to be able to go to these kind of expos and talk to people about it, to really find out what's for you and how your body will react to it is good to know. So the more you know, the
more you know,
the higher you get.
And the community. Oh, there we go. Yeah, and the community is awesome. It was different than what I expected.
Well, what did you expect? A lot of dreadlocks?
A bunch of stoners. That was all ages, old and young. There's professionals there. Professionals, whatever that means.
Yeah. They're wearing a suit and tie, but their tie has a little weed pin on it.
There were definitely some dudes that look like they just worked at a hedge fund. They stopped by after work,
Yeah.
or an insurance agency or something. I mean, it was a big mix.
Nice.
There were definitely people there with chronic health issues that were, using them medicinally but were a part of the community. It was very friendly and supportive and nice.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's good to know. And that's happening, of course, 420. Also, the 420 taco food truck at the backyard. Where's the backyard?
Oh, man, the 420 is my favorite.
Oh, really? The 420 taco is your favorite? What comes on the 420 taco?
I haven't had that taco. No,
okay.
No, that's the name of the food truck.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. They have a slogan that says, "We smoke everything." So I imagine barbecue and everything else. But I think that's a good, clever catchphrase as well.
Yeah, I wonder what they put on their actual 420 taco.
We gotta know.
Yeah.
We gotta find out.
I mean, we got to get to a point where edibles are legal to serve. And I think they almost are. I don't know. And then finally, Tucson Metal Society's 420 party at House of Bards is happening. And you can find all the information for everything that we mentioned at TucsonFoodie.com. We're continuing to talk food news. Chef Ken should be joining us to talk grilled cheese, but I will be giving you a rundown list of what pitmasters reveal of how to tell if a barbecue joint is the real deal. Oh, yes. We're going to get educated. Plus, what are the big pizza trend toppings of 2023? Well, I'm glad you asked because I have answers for that as well. YouTube.com/bevegan. All right. See, those are my teases. That's me teasing.
That is teasing.
Yeah,
I gotta know.
Some good stories. I thought we were on the podcast. I didn't realize we were live.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, you did a good job not saying fuckity fuck.
True, but I sounded like an idiot.
Why?
Because you're like, what about that place? I was
Well,
I don't know.
are you saving?
No.
You rather
Radio Shane's got to be on point.
Yeah, I would just try not to sound like an idiot both on the podcast and on the radio, right?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. So it's doing the same.
Smart.
Hey, but you know what? You didn't sound like an idiot. You sounded like a stone guy talking about your 420 list.
On brand.
Yeah, man. It's like a full-blown character. We got Stoner Shane in the building today. In fact, actually, I'll have you do it. I got a critic standing by. Let's get the instant replay review from Todd Marley. Did Shane sound like an idiot there, Todd? And what would you give him as far as a rating on 1 to 420?
I would give Shane a rating of 420 out of 420 because Shane is our treasured guest and can do no wrong.
Yeah, he's still trying to get those VIP passes there, Shane.
Yeah, Shane, hook me up, brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. all right. He's backstage again.
And a free churro, and a free churro.
And a free churro. I'll buy the churro. See, you don't have to hook it all up. I'll buy my own churros and all my food. I promise you.
Look at the pricing. Like it's like Coachella.
Oh, yeah.
$25 for a churro.
No. And how many food vendors do you have at High in the Desert?
About 10.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nice spread.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so we know we have we have grilled cheese with Chef Ken. In fact, actually, I'm gonna get into all this shit. But let me go grab Ken before it's too late. I don't know why he's been spending 35 minutes with ESPN. I love Justin Spears, but he's not talking grilled cheese for 35 minutes. Earlier this morning, we did our morning moron. This is a 17-year-old who had such an extreme DUI. You would expect him to have 10 felonies, but he only ended up with 2 misdemeanors. Check this out. Highly suspect who's currently touring the world with Muse on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to the show. It's now 6:15 and time for your morning moron. Now, we should precursor this in any segment that we do, really, that you should never drink and drive, period. And people know this, and anyone who does drink and drive is a morning moron. In most cases you're not, but especially if you drink and drive and you feel like, see, a lot of people, and I come across these stories all the time, and it's infuriating, but I don't understand the desire that when you're drunk to drive faster. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you see these types of people. You know these type of people. You've grown up with them. There's people out there that will drink and drive, but when they drink, they're like, this is a great time to start racing. Like, no, this is the worst time to start racing. Yeah, I mean, if you're sober, you shouldn't really speed excessively. But if you're sober and you're speeding excessively, at least you got a little better understanding of what's going on and better reaction time. But I've known plenty of dumbasses out there who are just like, oh, yeah, I've had 3 vodka tonics. It's time for me to see how fast I can make this Camaro go. Like, no.
Hit the nos.
Right. And then sometimes, they're older when they do this and they're even stupider. But this morning moron today is a 17-year-old. He's been charged with DUI, driving recklessly, after he went airborne driving at 2:30 in the morning. And this is in North Carolina. Okay, so what happened was this 17-year-old kid was speeding more than 70 miles an hour, and troopers identified this driver as Tyler Caudill. So they fully doxed him. He's only 17, but they're just like, he's so stupid, we got to let everyone know his name. Well, he was driving 70 miles an hour. He was drunk. It's 2:30 in the morning. He lost control. He hit a tree stump, and it drove on top of the homeowner's car that was parked in the driveway, and then somehow landed on top of a roof on a house. So this dude,
hit a ramp.
Yeah, he basically ramped up. It was first the tree trunk that got him a little bit of air. Then he hit a parked car, and then from there accelerated on top of the roof. That's super drunk, dude.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to deny that you were drinking and driving when the cops pull up and your car's parked on top of someone's house, right?
To borrow a ladder to go talk to you.
Yeah. What seems to be the problem, officer? The problem, bitch, is that you park next to the air conditioning unit. That's the problem. Okay?
Are you doing maintenance? What's going on?
Yeah, dude. So in the court's copy of this citation, he reportedly admitted to consuming earlier, had a blood alcohol concentration, a level of roughly 0.02, 4 hours after the crash. All right. Yeah. So according to the fire department, at the time of the crash, firefighters say a family of 4 was inside. That's 2 adults and 2 children. Luckily, none of them were injured.
Yeah.
Now, this kid was taken to the hospital, and he was being treated for injuries. And he's facing 2 charges, driving after consuming under 21 and reckless driving. Both are misdemeanors. What the royal F is this? In North Carolina, is it north or south? It doesn't even matter. In the Carolinas, you can get so drunk that you park your car on top of someone's house and it's 2 misdemeanors. I farted in Arizona. I got a felony. This is ridiculous. So the entire judicial system in North Carolina or South Carolina is on blast, and they're morning morons as well. But this 17-year-old who thought it'd be a good idea to go Dukes of Hazzard while drunk is definitely a morning moron. We're back here on. Sorry, I was fucking with my commercials and my everything's all jacked up. But Chef Ken's in the building. Good morning, Chef Ken.
Hello.
All right, where's we also got Shane still here.
Hey.
All right, we're back. I hope you enjoyed the morning one. So Chef Ken was telling us that he just was at Country Thunder, providing some catering there, but did not get to see the talent there. But I do encourage everyone who is not a fan of country music to check out Country Thunder at least once, because my God. And if you're out there with the trailer as well and unlimited beer, with any beer usually works. But this year, if you
how
didn't,
much I had going on, I came with the beer and a bottle of bourbon, and the bourbon did not get the seal broken.
oh really?
Wow.
That's how busy you were.
Yeah, I had a lot going on.
Oh wow! And what are
A
you
lot of
slinging
places-
up when you're catering there? And who do you catering for? All the acts or people?
We did all the security personnel.
Okay,
Can you
nice.
Imagine 30,000 people a day camping for 80,000. They needed a lot of people to keep the peace.
Yeah, is camping for 80,000 people?
I don't know, dude. It's
It is.
lot.
It is
Yeah.
massive. And
I
honest,
got dizzy halfway through my golf cart tour. I was like, take me back to home base.
Right? Yeah. It is massive. It's a whole city. I mean, in fact, it almost built the city of like Florence around it, or whatever you call it, Casa Grande, right there in the middle. And I'll tell you, I wish we would have, because they've been announcing all these major rock festivals all over the place, but that campground, that is our Coachella ground, and Country Thunder is the only one that has it figured out. But if we not we personally, like a billionaire or millionaire came in and put together a big rock festival that's like Country Thunder, there you go. You got it all set up
Would be
there. The
amazing.
campgrounds and everything else. So the only difference is that it's dirt, a lot of dirt, right?
A lot of dust.
Yeah. So everyone's leaving there with valley fever for sure. But besides that, they're having a good
Yeah.
time. They're fucking on their way out.
Yeah.
So
I spent like 3 hours power washing the solar panels on my RV.
Sure.
We're not getting any power on this.
right. And then you're getting ready for High in the Desert because you're gonna have the Sexy Grilled Cheese Company
Yes.
there at
This
the
is the
festival.
grilled cheese Super Bowl day, dude.
Yeah. So this is always the biggest day of the year for grilled cheese, right?
Yeah, it beats Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, because
Not
honestly,
surprising, but it's amazing.
when you're that stoned, and it's funny that you say it beats Super Bowl because we Powers and I literally had Sexy Grilled Cheese Company on Super Bowl this last year. Ordered it, and it's just fantastic. But you're talking about munchies, nothing else that hits the spot better. And you're gonna have to remind me of the full menu that you're gonna be dropping at the food truck. So I mean, because the food truck's gonna be a little bit different or limited as opposed to what you have at Dante's Fire, right?
It's pretty much spot on. The burger grilled cheese is not available in the food truck.
Yeah. Okay.
And all the salads and mac and cheeses
Mhm.
aren't available because it's just got a flat top.
Yeah.
So
So just grilled cheese for
grilled
days. Yeah.
cheeses,
Yeah.
French fries, loading it up.
Yeah.
Monte Cristo's always going to do real well, and
Do you load up your fries too?
Oh, Monte Cristo.
You
we
make
do
them
not- we
fat
just-
boy style?
We don't make them fat boy style. Well, we do have that Cajun garlic toss on them. That's just to die for.
That's true.
Sriracha ketchup.
Sriracha.
Why mess with perfection?
Yeah.
Every once in a while, when we get a little liquored up, we'll throw some chorizo and cheese on it. But,
Well, then I'm gonna get you liquored up on 420.
Yeah.
We're hanging out here with Chef Ken, our Iron Chef winner from Dante's Fire.
yeah, it's time to defend, dude.
Chef Ken Foy. Yeah, this is the time, and we have Iron Chef right around the corner. Let me see that belt again. Where's it? Hold it up
Oh,
there
yeah,
for the
brother.
stream. You're showing it off. There's a championship belt of Iron Chef. Did they make that for you, or did you make
Some
that
of
for
my
yourself?
drunken friends made it for me.
Nice. That's good. That's good. Can I hold it? I want to see how heavy that is. I've always, full disclosure, I'm kind of like a wrestling mark. So, I geek out over this. This is great. Now, if you lose this Iron Chef, which you're not going to, but if you did lose it, does that mean the winner's going to take this belt?
No, that means I won't be able to engrave any more years on the sides.
If you want to be with the name Ken Foy on, sure.
Yeah.
Have it
I
here.
know. Oh, no, but it's great, though, because it does have the side plates. So every year that chef defends the crown, he's going to put another year on that side plate. So he's Iron Chef champion of 2022. And he's looking to defend his crown. So we're looking for the best of the best to try to go up against Chef Ken Foy from Dante's Fire. And if you can, then he's not going to engrave any more on his belt, but he's looking to put a lot of engravings on that belt, right?
We're looking to put some engravers to work.
How many, in all serious, like how many years are you looking to defend this crown?
Well,
like what's
it's-
ideal
it's-
for you?
It's capped out at 3. So
Oh,
you
it
can
is.
only win 3 consecutive years. I don't know if you can take a break and go back. Something probably no one would do.
Mhm.
But Ryan Clark is the only one, I think, to my knowledge, that repeated.
Okay.
and he repeated for 3 years in a row, and then he became an MC because like you can't do this anymore.
Right. Nice.
Kind of taking the competition out of the competition.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's good. So that's the pinnacle. You try to get 3 years in a row. You got one down. So you're going for back to back this year, and yeah, hopefully we get that trifecta. And then if you do, then we have to definitely set up you versus. I know I'm looking ahead. You versus Ryan for the Ultimate Iron Chef. But
Me versus Ryan,
yeah,
that's gonna devolve quickly.
Who? I mean, you know,
He would be one of my aforementioned drinking buddies back in the day.
Yeah. You guys learned a lot from each other.
Yeah. He did some events at Tucson Country Club when I was there. I've done 2 or 3 guest chefs since he's been at the casino. I did one guest chef when he was, I can't remember the name of the place that he opened at the end of where the streetcar stops at El Mercado.
Okay, yeah. I know.
I did a guest chef there with him. So me and him have been friends for a bunch of years.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, obviously you're not going to be busting out sexy grilled cheeses during the Iron Chef competition, but with 420 coming up, sexy grilled cheese is going to be one of those destinations that people want, whether it's going to be at the Amex or they could order on DoorDash. So give me just a description of one of your sexy grilled cheeses, but you got to make it sexy. So let me.
Oh, we got to put the porn music on.
Yeah, I got to put the porn music on. Hey, man.
That.
Any
do. Excuse to get the bounce, chicka bounce.
It's just because I think, honestly, if food was a woman, I would make my woman grilled cheese. I would date a grilled cheese. I would marry a grilled cheese. I would make sweet love to a grilled cheese. Describe your grilled cheese. That is my ultimate food woman. The Count of Monte Cristo.
Dipped in a garlic parmesan egg wash.
Oh, yeah. Wash it all over.
Roasted garlic, mayonnaise, topped with Swiss cheese and honey ham.
Oh, yeah. What kind of honey ham? You get boar's head? Do you do that?
Yeah.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I'm an East Coast guy. It's a New York thing.
Whoa, stop. I can only get so aroused, Chef Ken.
My pants are tight.
Yes. We're keeping a conversation with Chef Ken Foyer, our Iron Chef champion. Yeah. On youtube.com/bevegan. Also hanging out with Shane from TucsonFoodie.com. Be back with your beef tip after this. Clear. Well, it wasn't clear yet. You're going, bow.
Oh.
He got into it.
Yeah.
Real into it.
I know. That's true. I do like it. That's good. Ooh, yeah.
I'm going to see a real life porn with that music and be like, what does that sound familiar?
Oh,
yeah.
Speaking of real life porn, I did come across a piece of people making ridiculous amount of money on OnlyFans, which is no surprise, right? But like, as just a backup plan for you guys, I'm just giving you a heads up.
Are there chefs with OnlyFans? There has to be.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's
plenty.
Yeah.
there's every sort of debauchery.
Yeah,
Topless
true. Everything.
OnlyFans
There's some
chef.
with food, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like legit cooking shows on OnlyFans.
Dump tomato soup on my,
Here's an example. Some of these women, it's insane that they don't even have to have that many followers to get it. Because, I mean, there's the usual suspects like the bad Barbies, right? That's the Cash Me Outside girl, if you remember, from Dr. Phil.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she pulled in $62 million in 1 year just showing off soft nudes.
I think she even spoke at Harvard recently, too.
Oh, my
or
God.
Somewhere about business acumen or something. It's like, wow.
She's been impressive.
She has worked that 30-second skit.
Oh, yeah, she has.
Good for her.
Into quite the little empire.
Yeah, and she's cute, but she's on $64 million to take off your shirt. Cute. Cardi B, Course to WAP song just so like any Cardi B fans like, hey, when are you gonna drop your next album? She's like, I'm not. I'm just posting nudes on OnlyFans. She made $113 million from OnlyFans.
What am I doing?
Isn't that insane?
I know.
Now that's not all. I mean, obviously those are two famous people, but this chick, Gemma McCourt.
Hey, there's one famous person in that list.
Oh yeah,
There's
Cardi
one.
B. Yeah,
Yeah,
infamous
obscure.
is bad
There
Barbie.
you go. All right.
Thanks, Dr.
Infamous.
Phil. But the one chick on here, she's not even that. Like, she only has 28,000 followers on Instagram. Her name's Gemma McCourt, right? She's 22 years old. I mean, she's smoking hot.
How do you spell it?
MCCOURT.
Uh-huh.
In fact, actually, I think I could pull up her. Do I have
Her
it?
dad?
Her dad. Her disappointed dad pic.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, here's Jenna. Oh, well. $9 for 30 days. Okay, let's see what I can show.
Play that.
I mean, I thought it was good. I thought it was going to link to her Instagram page. It linked to her OnlyFans page, so that's nice.
Yeah.
I'll show you what it is real quick. This is all it is right now.
Look at that header. Woo.
Yeah, what a great header.
Yeah.
And she's a cute
Cover
enough
photo.
girl. Guess how much money she made? With 20,000 followers on Instagram. So you can imagine, only a small percentage of her followers on Instagram actually pay for her account. $9 for 30 days. Oh, there's a free profile. Okay, let's check that out. No, wait, not right now.
Oh yeah, I'm working right now.
Later.
Whoops. Sorry, guys.
Well, anyways, the answer to that question was somewhere about 34.8 million.
What?
Oh
Yes.
my God.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes.
She's making more than Marvel movies.
She's making
Now,
more
when you
than
make
Marvel
that
movies.
34 on OnlyFans, how much does
That's how much she made.
like
That's her
what she
take
gets?
home. Yeah, that's what she takes.
Profit revenue.
That's what she gets. Yes. They are super fair in paying out their content creators and contributors in the ratio. And honestly, it's a thriving industry. And I'm surprised there's not more people into it. I've said it as a throwaway. I kind of mean it. I kind of mean it, but I'm like, I would love to be an OnlyFans manager. Like, I know that I think I'd be able to, with my promotional skills that I developed through, self-marketing and radio and stuff like that, I could transition into properly
The
promoting
OnlyFans pimp.
the right talent. No, see, that's the thing.
It's not
Oh,
pimp.
You gotta
It's not
take
pimp.
away. You gotta take away the
It's not
pimp.
a pimp.
The pimp context of it. The word pimp makes it sullies it. It makes it a lot dirty. I'm saying a marketing manager for an OnlyFans content contributor. See how
Semantics.
fancy that fucking sounds?
No, go agent because agent gets
Agent.
10%.
Yeah, sure. Well, no, I
If you
mean,
turn a
Talent
nobody into a
agent.
somebody.
marketing manager gets 20%, Ken. I got to pay some bills.
Really?
Yeah, well, that's the way I'm.
I just can't wait to cut the promo
That's what
though.
my contract says.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to cut this promo where Beef's like 30% off with code word beef.
Yeah.
See all the boobies.
Look, I've been on Twitter long enough to kind of realize how it works and what kind of hashtags utilize to build awareness. And also on Instagram, I do know that with the right talent and building a stable, if you will. Okay, now I'm sounding like a
There
pimp.
you go.
But still,
Go with brand.
See?
there's too much money on the table and there's not enough money being made in America by average people. You got to get in this game. The only people
All right.
making money nowadays are chefs and fucking porn stars.
You have-
Delinquents.
A little bit impressed me by the top money makers.
Yes.
What is the bottom
There
money
you go.
makers list about?
The ones that don't have proper representation from me, like less than zero. I get it.
That are not under Beef Studios.
You got to know how
Losers.
you got to know how to bait them. You need to know how to tease them. You need to know how to push yourself and get them to want to pay for more. That's where I come in.
Just enough.
Yes,
Entice.
I know I can do
I
it.
think you're missing my point.
Will you be
I
my
want to see
manager?
the bad ideas.
Hey, if you
I
need
want to see
somebody
the
to,
really bad ideas.
That would be funny compiling like
Oh,
the worst
man.
of the worst
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
seeing every week.
I really
This
want
is
to do this,
pictures of
Beef.
Tokyo.
You want to do it?
I want to launch my own OnlyFans. Yeah,
Let's do it.
it's going to be mukbang. You know mukbang.
Oh yeah.
Do I know mukbang?
Where they
Mukbang
eat the
is where you
food.
just people you,
Oh,
you pay
okay.
to watch people eat food. Except I'm actually going to also show my dick.
Okay, there you go. There's a market for that. Now I can work with talent like that, Shane.
All that.
I
so
I'm
wasn't.
happy
dick.
to just show everything. I don't care.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine. Give me the money.
I would not represent you.
34 million, you get it all.
I honestly, I would not represent you if the dick was off the table because you need
You
the
commit.
dick to be on the table to
literally
make
on
some
the
good
table,
money.
right next to the grilled cheese.
Literally.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, and the sexy grilled cheese. Like I said, I mean, honestly, I've never fucked a sandwich before, but if I would,
You don't know what you're missing.
yeah.
Warm pastrami.
All right.
You cover my
We're
gut.
back on the air right now, so let's
Okay.
keep it clean. Rock on 2.1 KFMA. Because what we were talking about on Beef Vegan or YouTube.com/Beef Vegan, you cannot say on radio, but
I
it
told
does
you things
evolve.
Devolve quickly.
Yes, it does.
Hey.
Yeah. Thank you, very special guest, our Iron Chef champion, Chef Kenneth Foy.
Professional.
Yes.
Mhm.
When is
I'm
Iron
here
Chef
to mediate.
again this year? Do you know the details on this? Because I should have it pulled up.
July 22nd is Iron Chef, but you need to talk about the
Meet the Chefs.
Chef, and I don't know the date. of that.
Sunday, May 21st.
All right,
You
good.
know
So
that.
yeah, Meet the Chef is Sunday, May 21st. If you want to get more information, this year's Iron Chef, or even be a participant in this Iron Chef, if you're like a short order cook, a sous chef or anything like that, but you believe you have the skills. No, you say no.
No, the rules: chef, executive chef, chef owner, or someone that makes contributions to the menu.
Oh,
You
okay.
cannot be the dishwasher.
Okay. So you can't suck. You got to
man.
be the man. You got to be the man. So if you're the man or the woman,
Hey.
and you want to represent your business and your culinary skills, go to kfma.com to get all the information and apply today. And then the Meet the Chefs competition is going, or Meet the Chefs is going to be May 21st. And then Iron Chef, of course, going to be at Casino del Sol again. Will Chef Ken be able to defend his crown? Will you come out and witness it for yourself? The fantastic action is surprisingly entertaining with the setup and everything. Watching someone cook, you think, oh, maybe it's going to be boring, but the show itself is a fun show. And I really enjoy it each and every year, and I look forward to it. And best of luck in defending your crown. And I hope you do, so that way we can get blackout drunk again afterwards,
Yes.
and I could dump another
I'm looking-
$500 on a blackjack
I'm
table.
looking for another $1,400 bill at PY.
We did. We got crazy the last year. It was not good for my bank account, but I had a good time.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank all of our people. I'd like to thank everyone who listened, and like to thank our in-studio guests. Don't forget TucsonFoodie.com for the rundown of all things happening on 420. There's a lot of stuff, including a music festival that you need to know about. TucsonFoodie.com. Chef Ken and Foy, Dante's Fire, thank you so much. The rest of you guys drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later. I went right into my clock's all messed up, but all right, guys, that is the time that we have on the show today. Thank you so much for watching, as always. And you got to get yourself a sexy grilled cheese this 420. So if you're out at the high in the desert with us, that's our first stop. We're gonna start with it. Should we start with it?
Yeah,
Good lead.
It is a good lead, right?
what time
It's
you
not
setting
too
up?
filling, too. Yeah, what time are you setting up?
I know the truck's gonna get there around 10:30. I
Is-
come in shortly thereafter.
Is there any way you could drop off some grilled cheeses in the morning on your way there?
Please, thanks.
Oh,
That'd be
Please,
great.
thanks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll figure out a way.
Ah,
Oh.
see, I love you.
He's
Because
like, here's my Uber Eats
we're doing
link.
a Super 420 show, and
What
and
time are you guys?
6 to 10 a.m.
6 to 10?
Well, that's when we're doing the show, but we're doing
Yeah.
the podcast 8 to 10. So if you want to pop in on the way over
Yeah.
with some grilled cheeses,
I got 3 large offices going out of the restaurant at like 11. So I got to watch that and then bounce over.
3 large offices. What do you mean, catering orders?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
On 420.
Yeah, I told you. It's nuts.
That is crazy. Yeah. Well, if you get too busy, then I
We got
understand.
University of Arizona School of Pharmacy or Pharmacology or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
We've got the autonomous truck people, Too Simple, way on the east side.
Okay.
Damn.
We have a construction or something firm, kind of midtown, and the food truck going out.
Nice.
So
Jeez.
there's probably 300 sandwiches sold before we even turn on the lights.
Wow. Yeah. And that's not even counting the brick and mortar, the sales going to be, and the food truck that's going to be high at the desert.
Yeah.
Which, how many people is your cap there, Shane?
1,000.
1,000. Yeah. And so you're almost sold out. Your VIP sold out. So what are you at on your general admission?
About halfway, actually.
Okay, good.
But we're expect. That's pretty typical.
Yeah, walk uptown, all for sure. So that's going to be solid. The setup there is looking pretty good too. The stage is already set up.
Oh yeah, I mean stage is always there.
Yeah.
At that venue, it's a great venue.
Nice. I'm
So, yeah.
stoked for it. All
Hell
right.
yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Hell yeah. Well,
Hell yeah.
Shane, I appreciate you, even though I know that you were burnt out from the night before, apparently partying too much and eating too much vegan food. But let's get ready to rage on 420. And I can't wait for it.
He's got to
And-
go shoot some mukbang right now.
Yeah, shoot some mukbang. Yeah,
Bong bong.
let's talk more about that OnlyFans page because we're gonna make
Mukbang
millions.
dong.
Yes.
Bong dong.
That's my name.
Oh
Like
my
bong
God.
dong.
Weren't you the Tucson foodie guy? Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I'm
idea.
mukbang dong.
Give me your monies.
Stupid Americans.
That is
Mukbang dong.
$1 million idea if I've ever heard